His professional record, 39 victories, including 19 knockouts with 3 defeats. From Mendoza, Argentina, the challenger, former WBA flyweight world champion, Juan Carlos Reveco. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing purple and officially weighing in at 111.6 pounds. He's a 3-time world champion. His record, 40 victories, 22 wins by knockout, only 1 defeat with 4 draws. From Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines, the former mini world champion and the reigning and defending WBO flyweight champion of the world, Donnie Nietes.
Kind of tough opponent that Nietes has beaten time and again throughout his championship run.
And Andre Nietes is a guy who has proven throughout his career that he can either box or punch. Tonight, he probably is in the position of getting to choose what he wants to do. Reveco, even though he's only given across the top, fighting at a measured pace.
Nietes reminds me of you in certain ways, Andre. He's a disruptive fighter. He punches, his rhythm disrupts the other guy. He punches when the other guy doesn't want to engage. He disengages when the other guy wants to engage.
That's the name of the game. He's very efficient, and he only does what he has to do.
And so far, he has blocked.
And quintuple up on the jab at times. There's a lot of crafty things in there as the fight wears on.
You can see that Reveco is trying to get to the body with wide ringing shots. And chances are, when he lets his hands travel out to the side like Reveco sneaks in a right hand to the body. Reveco gets in another right hand to the body as Nietes misses with the right upstairs.
That was a really good combination to the body that Reveco landed, especially the right hand.
I believe in the 11th round, but the fight was pretty much decided at that point.
United States Olympian, brilliant prospect coming out, has had a bit of a hard luck career.
Gloria's has had an excellent career, and yeah, a bit of a hard luck one. A popular fighter when he turned pro, an Olympian, an offensive fighter, a crowd pleaser, a good personality, and didn't become a dominant champ.
Make Reveco miss.
And as you said that, he slipped the punch, he slipped and picked the punch with his left glove. He landed a jab right when Reveco was trying to disengage. He's just a very crafty guy.
These are the kinds of moves that don't necessarily catch the eye of that many people in the arena, but the opponent, when he watches Nietes do that,
he's pocket like this. This is called the pocket, where you're in punching range, like a great quarterback. The blitz is coming and things are flying all around, and he calmly sidesteps and delivers the ball. And Nietes is like a really seasoned quarterback in the pocket. Look at that.
Well-chosen body shot. But in the closing seconds of round 2, already by CompuBox count, Nietes is doubling Reveco in landed punches. Donnie Nietes' ring nickname is Hahas, the Tagalog word for snake, and it is perhaps as apt a moniker as there is anywhere in the sport of boxing.
So far, you've seen why Nietes has been a long-reigning belt holder, because in against an expert fighter, a world-class fighter, there's a subtle difference in terms of the depth of his skill, Andre. The way he picks punches, the calmness in the pocket, the countering, the pacing, he's a master.
He's a master, and you only get that
other than 4 different draws.
And as much as flack as I give the sanctioning bodies, and they deserve it, the fact is, if you're a long-reigning belt holder, that makes title mandatory after mandatory. Chances are you're going to have an off night.
Absolutely.
Chances are against another world.
Excited with the the shooting star, the guy that's making a big splash or making a lot of noise in the moment, and that's fine. but show me the guy that has success against top competition over an extended period of time. That's the guy that gets me excited.
Well, and it was consistency over a long period of time. It was 46 consecutive wins with 38 knockouts that lifted Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez field world of boxing. There's somebody out there who has your number, and you just never know when you're going to run into that guy. Chocolatito Gonzalez could never have really known before he first fought Srisagat Sorenvisa that this was the guy.
Particularly with pressure fighters in the lighter divisions, they tend to age very quickly once they hit about 30.
Which makes it interesting to see what will happen to Srisagat of most of his rounds. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I got a 3-0, 30-27, Donnie Nietes. I got to tell you, Jim, he's a very good fighter. I never saw him before, live, but boy, I'll tell you, he's an excellent fighter. He punches real good in the middle of the ring. He keeps the fight where he wants it, His ring generalship is excellent, and he outpunches Juan Carlos Reveco in just about every round that I've...
Overall fighter, but in the sense that he dictates what's happening. He frustrates his opponent by doing what the opponent doesn't want to happen, by engaging and disengaging with a rhythm that upsets his opponent. In that respect, he's very much like Andre, I think.
If you know anything about Reveco, like we mentioned earlier in the telecast, Reveco is a two-fisted fighter. He punches with volume. He's taken the punch count of Reveco, down, and Reveco in so many cases is shell-shocked. He can't do what he wants to do, and I don't even think he realizes that right now.
And yet Nietes is right in front of him, and he can't land the punches.
And it also means that Nietes doesn't have to take any chances on offense.
Seeing a lot of it here. And it's not as though he's not moving his hands. Punches are flying.
If the ticket buyers come from the boxing cultures that spawned the fighters on the card, Argentina, the Philippines, Mexico, they expect to see aggressive fighters with an offensive bent. That's what they're used to.
More risk-taking.
Exactly.
Stop at the bell. Stop at the bell.
That's probably the genesis of at mastery.
And we don't know how the rest of the fight is going to play out. There's a lot of fight left, but if I had to guess, I think Reveco is thinking right now that everything I heard about Donnie Nietes is true.
If I had to guess, I think the boos might be louder in round 8 and 9.
I like what, I don't know, I see two guys throwing punches. You tell me when.
I'm under composure. Keeping composure under fire. And Nietes has done that this whole fight.
Reveco spent 4 years on the Argentine national team with Lucas Matisse and Marcos Maidana, and acknowledged that they are the kinds of fighters that Argentine fans love to watch, and that he, in effect, loves to watch. We asked him if there's any chance that the long-dreamed-about fight between Maidana and Matisse could ever conceivably take place, and he smiled and said, well, for Maidana...
But it's actually a better fight than that. Both fighters are remaining disciplined, even when their opponent, particularly Nietes, is doing things to frustrate them.
And it's tough to give Reveco some type of game plan right now to get to Nietes because, one, he's the shorter fighter, so he can't right now in this fight.
Nietes is hard to hit even when you're in close quarters. He's still hard to land against.
But that's what I mean. That's what Reveco on paper wants to be, but Nietes is comfortable inside.
Stop at the bell, guys. Stop at the bell.
112-pound fighters. The guy in the purple trunks, Donnie Nietes, is a champion in the division. Hard left hook by Nietes. Follows it up with a two-punch combination.
Nietes, being the fighter that he is, he can see that. And he'll stick a jab out, slow down. He'll put a hook to the face or a jab to the stomach just to let Reveco know, I see what you're doing, and I'm not going to let you get revved up and get started. And he's been doing that all night. But Reveco's doing the right thing right now. He's going to have to sell out a little bit, be willing to get hit to get his. Because if he stays back and allows Nietes to snake charm him, he's going to be on the end of Nietes
themselves. But eventually in this fight, if it continues this way, you're right. Reveco, what he's doing, it's not working. It will be time to go to plan B.
Which he's been doing this round. He's had some more success.
That Reveco left hook is one of the best punches he's landed in the fight, but he had to eat 5 or 6 good punches just to get in position to throw.
Well, the difficulty with plan
Reveco's plan B, this is who he is. He's a two-fisted fighter, and he's aggressive, and he likes to throw a lot of punches. He went against his own nature, which was to lay back and try to think with a master thinker, and that's where he went wrong. This round, this is who Juan Carlos Reveco really is.
As one of the greatest of all boxing publicists, Mike Tyson said, in boxing, you got to bring it to get it. That isn't exactly what he said, but that's the point.
One of James Toney's favorite expressions, too. Reveco got hurt with something at the end of that round.
Something short. Let's see if Nietes opens up and tries to finish the show.
Well, I think it's fascinating. He's going to be allowed to come back out and fight, and he got extra time between rounds to recover.
He's still out on his feet, even with the...
As he now looks for the next opportunity.
Reveco just has huge heart. But now Nietes has a sitting duck in front of him.
Yeah, and I think this is highly questionable for the California Commission, as Reveco has been allowed to come back in and fight at a moment when he was obviously compromised.
7. Hey, come to me. Come to me. Come to me.
His corner's allowing him to continue. His legs are not obeying his brain.
Questionable for everybody, and now somebody in the corner is waving a white flag, and intelligently so. Look at the end.
So Nietes knows that Reveco's hurt, so now you start to see him put some power behind those punches. He commits more knowing that Reveco's hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 53 seconds into round number 7. The winner by knockout victory and still WBO flyweight champion of the world, Donnie Nietes.